At this auto shop, the water got so strong it went underneath the asphalt, lifted it up, and broke it apart. Temporary culverts like this one were placed in residential neighborhoods to try and alleviate some of the water. The Humane Society tries to donate bags of food like this to the food bank to keep guys like little Garfield from being dumped. One of the biggest changes will come with the life jacket. Now everyone under the age of 17 must wear one while the boat is in motion. One of the hottest items of the year is right here, Michael Jackson's Thriller costume. People are coming out early not only to beat the rush, but to try on costumes to try and find the perfect fit. Water may be rising fast, but residents in the Shadow Ridge subdivision say they're going to work together. So how much can you really save this weekend? We decided to put it to the test. We're going to purchase a couple of common items that a family might need and see how much it rings up with and without tax.
KTAL's Erica Bennett right now is in Wascom, Texas, with the latest on the damage there. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, Al. Right now I'm in one of the hardest hit areas in East Texas, just at the mile marker 628 off of I-20. Take a look behind me. This is one of the many houses in this area that has been completely demolished. One of the things that they're really stressing is outreach. Now over here, the Shreveport Police Department is handing out free gun locks to try and curb some of the gun violence in Shreveport. This is all that's left of what Shreveport fire officials are calling the work of an arsonist. All the local agencies that we spoke with tell us that they'll just be playing things by ear tonight. They're hoping for the best, but planning for the worst. Today was the start of the penalty phase in which jurors will decide whether Dorsey will get the death penalty. The crowd behind me just got a huge burst of energy. That's because the Reverend Al Sharpton just took the stage to preach justice and unity. Now come over here and take a look at this smooth road. It was recently paved within the last month and is something that residents here can expect to see a lot more of.
They're getting ready to play the music.
That's right, Rick. Well, classes don't resume at Grambling until next week, but the band came back a whole week early to get ready for the big event. Over the next week, they will practice playing and marching for 4 hours a day.
I understand the new driving laws are creating quite a stir.
Yes, Michelle, they are. One of the biggest reasons is right here. Some parents feel that 8-year-old children are simply too old and too big to be put in a safety or booster seat.
I think it's just another way of telling us what to do.
Amber Morgan is not a big fan of Texas' new driving laws. She believes her 5-year-old daughter is just fine without a safety seat.
They put them on school buses at 5 years old with no seat belts, no nothing, and yet you can't even put them in your car without them being all over you with every law they can think of.
State Trooper Kirby Gerald says it's important for drivers like Morgan to follow the rules. He says if precaution isn't taken, tragedy may follow.
A couple years ago, a child was ejected out of a vehicle right there on 80 in Scottsville because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt in the back seat.
So it's real?
It's real.
And do you feel the law is necessary?
It is.
Charles McCon and his family are traveling from Livingston, Louisiana to the Grand Canyon. They heard about the new laws for the first time Tuesday.
It's weird. A lot.
I wouldn't like to have a ticket, but yes, safety is a great concern of mine.
No matter where you come from or what state you live in, once you cross the Texas state line, it's fair game. Deputies say you can and will get a ticket if you don't follow proper driving laws.
Next time they come through Texas, they'll know. And it doesn't matter whether you're from another state or whatever. If you're in Texas, you're required to wear your seatbelt.
Michelle, as you can imagine, this group is still in a surreal mode. The images, the video you see from home are nothing compared to those who've lived through the real thing.
We felt the tremor. Wow, that was an earthquake. Felt like a really big one. I wonder where the epicenter was. And then immediately started getting calls from people in Port-au-Prince here. People are screaming, buildings are falling.
Brittany Wynn, Nikki Sorensen, and Hugh DeBow will never be the same. The group was in Haiti doing missions work when the earthquake hit.
I understood the magnitude of it before we left, but seeing it was a lot different than understanding it.
The devastation left behind was like none they'd ever seen. Check out this video. It was taken by Sorensen in the car on the way to the U.S. Embassy. The group, like many other lucky Americans, were able to catch a military plane home to safety. Sorensen says on the way they met kind person after kind person.
At one point we had to take a detour through Port-au-Prince because part of the main road we were on was blocked. The kindness that was shown to us, every person, every group that we came across pointed us in the right direction to get back to the main road.
Despite being home, they all agree their mission isn't over.
We have a reason to be here, and we have a reason we got home safely and quickly, and now it's time to use that to then go back and take care of the children.
The plan now is to raise money and gather resources for the people of Haiti and eventually go back to the church's orphanage to help.
They have tremendous hope there, and we try to hook into that hope and provide resources to help them.
We called 911 and this is what all took place today.
For Charles Coggin, Sunday afternoon turned into a day to remember. While playing in the yard with his son at his parents' home, he saw something he couldn't believe.
Something just caught my eye and I looked up and I told my brother, I said, man, there's a tiger or something in the tree. He said, man, I ain't falling for that. I said, no, there's a tiger in the tree.
But Coggin didn't see a tiger. He saw a cougar.
I'll have 30 years in next year with Wildlife and Fisheries, and this is the first time I've had a bona fide cougar sighting in Louisiana that I can say, yes, this is a cougar.
Once they got the call, Bossier City Police secured the area and made sure people remained in their homes. But that didn't end the situation. It ended once the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries arrived.
We decided we were going to attempt to dart the cat and see if we could take it out by sedating it. Unfortunately, when we darted it, the cat made moves that it was going to come down the tree and come out into the neighborhood, and we thought it was a public risk, and so we had Bossier PD take it out.
Officials say they're surprised the cougar was in a residential neighborhood and that it most likely traveled up the Red River in search of food. The last documented cougar sightings were in September in Natchitoches and Allen parishes. Officials say the animals might be expanding their territory from Texas.
And if they're going to reestablish a population in Louisiana, just like the black bears, I mean, we may have to learn how to live with them.
Coggin says the fate of this cougar was unfortunate, but necessary to remain safe.
I'd rather see him dead than one of my children dead. So, I mean, I hate that it happened, but, oh well.